Oh, so on your very first show and fur was lodged against you? Yes, not against me personally, but against the team, the cameramen. And fur was filed against the cameramen, accusing them of violating the sanctity of the home and trespassing. They claimed it was a private residence and that we had entered illegally. I was just staring blankly, wondering what on earth was happening here. It was a very bad experience for a first show. When the fur was lodged, they obviously had to be arrested. After the arrest, we had to secure their bail, then understand the legal case, and then recover the cameras. So my very first show was like that, and I will never forget it. What did you learn from it? I learned that when you go somewhere to take action, you should at least do some background research to know what level of people visit that place, which officers are involved, and whether any are in uniform. That's what I learned. So doesn't this imply? We often see journalists conducting raids, but now we see the police are usually with you. Back then, wasn't it necessary for the police to accompany you so that these complications could have been avoided? That is a very good question. Having the police along was absolutely necessary according to the law, the system, and standard operating procedures (SOPs). And station house officer of a police station knows exactly what goes on within his jurisdiction and boundaries. Where alcohol is sold, where the snooker clubs are, where gambling takes place, where a murderer is hiding, where a brothel is operating, and where a gambling den is located. The show knows all of it, that's true. He knows which hotels operate at night and how much money changes hands. It's all known to them. If he claims he doesn't know, then I don't consider him in show. Right. He is the station house officer. And if he knows yet these activities are still running, then what does that make him? He is complicit. Take your studio, for instance. It was your choice to let me enter this studio, right? Against your will and without your permission, could I have come in here? No, I couldn't have. Similarly, within shows or a police station's jurisdiction, no illegal racket can operate without their consent. They must agree to it. If I had taken the police with me, everything would have been shut down before my arrival because information would have leaked. That is why I didn't take them along. After that, how did you journey forward? The beginning had already happened and it was a bad experience. How did you learn from it and what did you do next? Well, after conducting this show, I obviously reached home late. I share a very close bond with my father. He is just like a friend to me. While working, when you go outdoors, you lose track of time. You don't know when night falls or when day breaks. I told him, Abu Jai, there was a show I was doing and it turned out like this. My voice was trembling, my legs were shaking over everything that had happened that day, and I was debating whether to tell him or not. I had reached home at 2 a.m. He gave me courage and reassured me. He said, daughter, this is a system and you have to move along with this system. You alone cannot change the whole of Pakistan. Work with the system, take things as they come, and we will do the next show much better. I felt encouraged. From that point on, step by step, I finally reached where I am today. Did you sleep that night? Did you get any sleep? No, I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep because I was deeply terrified. What was going through your mind? What was going through my mind was that since childhood, we were always told the police are our protectors. Since childhood, we were taught at home that if anything wrong happens, call the police because the police uncle will come and fix everything instantly. But those police uncles were lying to us back then. Those police uncles were the ones scolding us. These were the questions swirling in my head, childhood notions facing a reality from 7 to 8 years ago. I spent the whole night questioning whether we had been told lies since childhood. Those were the questions. You are a woman, and generally we see fewer women in crime shows or the field of crime reporting. They don't usually venture out. Those who do mostly host or link segments from a studio rather than going into the field. You even approach criminals. When you stand next to them and interview them, asking them questions, don't you feel scared? What goes through your heart and mind at that moment? My heart and mind are completely focused on the case for which we went to record. And as for fear, I don't feel scared at all. That's a very good question, but I genuinely don't feel fear. I am not afraid of anyone. This has been a habit of mine since childhood. I have been blunt from the very beginning. Fear is out of the question. In fact, I prefer it if a powerful person is brought before me so I can cross-examine them. So who or what do you think of at that moment? What is in your mind during those times? In difficult times? Well, crime shows have various categories. One category is where the police have already thoroughly investigated a case, what we call a mature case. meaning the culprits have been caught and the case is almost solved. This is also called a crime show, where you interview the suspects you mentioned. Another type of crime show is where we conduct live raids. You must have seen me doing raids where the police accompany us. Then there is the straightforward type where the police haven't done much and you talk to the family to become their voice. When it comes to a raid show, before going in, it crosses my mind. If the situation goes out of control, what will I do? You have to prepare for both sides. As I mentioned to you, if you inform the police beforehand, and I don't mean the entire department is like this, but there are certain individuals within it who tarnish the reputation of the good officers. The targets flee before the raid. So you have to do homework for both scenarios. It's a win-win strategy. If this happens, what to do, and if that happens, what to do. I proceed according to that plan, but where I feel immense fear or when there is no time. You don't have the luxury during a raid to sit down and make phone calls. There isn't that much time during raids. Sometimes, due to deep-seated enmities, you might be interviewing one family while the rival family lives in the very same street or neighborhood, and both sides are holding rifles. Standing right in the middle of them is Tamina Sheikh. At those moments, I send a text message to my father. He immediately understands that I am scared and he gives me reassurance. It makes me feel that whatever I had to do, I've done it, and now everything will be fine. When was the last time you faced a situation involving rifles?